Subsequent taking on Str8 Rippin. You have the lineups right in front of us, Dave. Why don't you go ahead and walk us through Subsequent?
Yeah, Subsequent's going to be Hunter JJX, Bocce Huck, Kilton, and Rob the Turtle. So one thing that's always surprising about Rob is Rob knows how to find these players. Like, there's some people that have that keen eye for talent, up-and-coming talent, or knows how to bring together 4 random players and make them work together. And I think Rob the Turtle has a lot of those leadership abilities, because every single time I see him come out here with just like 2 or 3 different teammates each time, but always reaching a high level of success.
So are you comparing Rob to Ogre 2? That's pretty good company to be in.
That is, yeah. Rob the Turtle 2. There we go.
Rob the Turtle 2. I like that. They're going up against Str8 Rippin, Denoxide, Baby J, commonly Ace, obviously the Legendary Cup #1 champions. It's going to be fairly tough for these guys, but I've been talking to Hunter JJX, and he says that they've been practicing a lot. These guys have been scrimming a ton, and it's good to see a lot of these Legendary Cup teams taking practice very seriously, because sometimes it's difficult to go and try to find a scrimmage against a top team, because you're looking to try and play one of these teams in the top 8, maybe in the Pro League, but yet again, they're maybe only playing you when their scrim falls through, and that's never, you never want to be the backup plan.
Yeah, that was always one of the biggest things growing up in the Halo community, where it's like a lot of amateur teams like, how do we get better? How do we get to practice against top teams? And there's really no easy answer. However, playing in these online Legendary Cups and these Open Cups, you're guaranteed to play good teams.
Exactly.
People aren't going to let $3,000 of prize money just go easily. And squads like Str8 Rippin, people who have been at the very top, are going to be playing these from week to week. So clearly you're going to match up against people of your skill level and higher if you play in these cups.
Well, and that's what you got to remember is, we touched base on it earlier, this is the stepping stone. You got to use this as practice. Even though this is an event, the end goal here, the end game, is to try to obviously keep your team together going into Denver and the strongest team possible, but get in as much improvements as possible. You can take so much away from this by going over the films when you know everybody is trying and bringing their A game to the table. So we're going to start this one off with Hunter JJX.
JJX doing some great movement right off the bat and challenges Ace with that thrust. Hunter JJX was always known for his amazing shot. Kind of known as a free-for-all kid early on, like just amazing shots every single time. He's hitting like a 4 or 5 shot. So I would expect him to have little to no trouble when it comes to some individual fights, despite how great members of Str8 Rippin are. However, I think the spots where Hunter JJX has lacked in the past has more so been his teamwork, his decision-making, his overall understanding of the game.
And that's the problem with a lot of these guys that haven't been able to break it into that top pro area, is they have the great individual shot, but when it comes to using the teamwork, using the communication, and also having a really strong mental game, that's the big thing, is you can't falter when you fall down. You can go up in this game, but as soon as the other team starts to push back, that's when you have to push back even harder. And you saw it in the beginning of the game. They had some initial strategies that were working out for them. They had the double capture. They were accumulating a decent amount of points. It was 7-0, I believe, at one point. But all of a sudden, Str8 Rippin with the triple cap, and commonly with the triple kill, all of a sudden, Ace is pushing it on over towards the yard, and they're filtering the spawns. Subsequent, they're trapped.
Yeah, and look at this play from Ace. Such a good job just deciding to wait up on that gold ledge. Even though he gets picked off, I still really like that play, because he was going to let the members Subsequent make their move first, and then he was going to push on out, deciding on what they were going to do. So it was a very reactive play. He just wasn't going to commit towards yard, or he wasn't going to charge them over in cafe and try to force something.
Baby J finds a double kill at Denoxide. He takes out that shotgun, moves on over towards the yard, commonly finds another one as well. That's staggered deaths, but that was all 4 dead as everyone spawns on over towards the back wall. It's going to be a nest for yard trade over here as we are in game #1 of the Legendary Cup. Guys, this is the winner's bracket finals teams. They fought through Legendary Cup #1 through these Open Cups as well to find themselves here facing off right now. But Str8 Rippin, they have the upper hand right now, and they also have 2 dead and currently in control of the map as camouflage is popping up. Tons of pressure, and if you don't stop these staggered spawns on the side of Subsequent, this could get ugly fast.
This could be part of that mental game you're talking about earlier, Tom. It's one of those things where, sure, you can run around and win an individual fight here and there, but against a structured team like Str8 Rippin, you aren't going to be able to do that just by yourself. You need to do a full push together, and I don't think we've seen a full push really yet from Subsequent. They may have had some accidental times where a couple have spawned over at Nest and they capture that, but it's never been a situation where we see these players wait for each other and doing a push together. Now we do see subsequent, though, all 4 members pushing towards Yard. So look at this. The very first time we've really seen them do a good push together, they're extremely successful. They take out Ace. They take out Baby J. Now they can go to the center of the map.
Yeah, that's exactly what they had to do, and they take out Denoxide with the shotgun. That was the right time to do that as well. If they don't go in, filter into there, it could have got ugly. Commonly, he's going to respond with a double kill and a reset towards bottom middle. It's great to stop that triple cap, but subsequent, they need to move down and capture one of these strongholds and stop the bleeding, because it has been 75 unanswered points so far for Str8 Rippin. Commonly, we're going to jump on board with him and see what he has in store as he goes and hits the lift, making his way on over towards the nest, trying to help clear out this Yard area, which again, the players from subsequent are filtering over there. They're afraid of getting triple capped on again, but they need to focus on bottom middle, possibly getting a lucky reset on over towards that Yard and making their way on over towards the nest. Right now, the control is not in their favor. This is the second triple cap that we've seen out of Str8 Rippin. Ground pound coming in for Commonly. That's not going to connect. Maybe 100JGX can get something going on over here towards the nest side, because that is the priority, but Baby J flying out with the perfect shots, getting the reset. Now it's one more push down towards bottom middle, and this game's all over for subsequent.
Yeah, this one's over. I mean, Str8 Rippin just did such a good job. Even so, in subsequent was trying to stop the trip cap. Like, they would push those members from Cafe over towards Yard, and they still weren't able to prevent it. So that's a bad sign, because most trip caps, in my eyes, usually happen because teams push out and they try to get greedy. They just decide to like leave their last stronghold and then try to go for bottom, middle, or nest. But in this case, they were actually still trying to contest Yard and were not able to do anything about it.
It's weird because Yard is not a stronghold that you want to control. As we take a look at the stats and find out what was going on, only 2 kills coming out from KLTN and Bocce Hawk each. You did have 100JGX with the 6 and 10, but look at Baby J's assists, 7, 12, and 5. It's really crazy to see how fast that game ended when it came to the initial spawns. You saw 100JGX with the great shots, taking out Ace. It almost looked like he was going to take out Baby J top center and maintain control of the map. Again, this is one of those instances where if you are the team that just lost, you go and you look at your first mistake and you say, guys, we are up 7-0. I know it's just a minor victory here, but we have control of bottom middle. We have control of nest. We had numbers. What happened? Whether it's a great individual play from someone on Str8 Rippin or a great team performance, yes, a great team performance overall to win 100-7, but something happened in the beginning of that game. Someone made a mistake that happened to give Str8 Rippin the game right there. They got that double cap and then immediately turned it into a triple cap, and it didn't seem like subsequent had a plan or the coordination to go and retake that.
That's the thing, is we didn't see any consistent plan. That's one of the biggest building blocks you can do as a newer squad, to say, all right, we're going to try this, and then we can maybe do some small deviations if need be. But whole point being is you need to have some sort of game plan that you're going into so that you know how to react in case you run into something. You need to know where my teammate might be so I can go for backup fire. Or even more importantly, if you aren't going to have help, like in those cases, like, all right, you need to just bail completely, or you can feasibly actually just challenge to the death in certain cases if you don't have help.
One of the things you got to do, though, is give credit to Str8 Rippin for controlling the spawns right there. I think one of the things that gets overlooked as we're talking about all of this communication and just the individual skills is the actual knowledge of the spawn system. And in Halo 5, it can be a little bit tricky at times, especially in strongholds when you start to get a little bit over-aggressive. But you saw members rotating on over towards the tram. Trapping a team in blue, especially in the Winners Bracket Finals, is not the easiest thing to do. And even when they got that back wall spawn, I believe it was Commonly that came off in a 2-on-4 situation, gets a double kill towards bottom middle. So every time it seemed like subsequent was going to go and make a push, whether that's they got that double kill on over towards the Yard, clear out the guy top gold, something happened where the last guy alive on Str8, or maybe the second to last guy alive, would come through and clutch it. So now it's going into game number 2, which is Rig Slayer, and I feel like you're going to stand a little bit better of a chance in the CTFs and the Slayer games when you're a little bit more unorganized, because Strongholds, I feel like, has many more layers in terms of the strategy and the spawn system, and it's also very fast-paced. In a Slayer game like Rig, as long as you can control the weapons and control the camouflage, make sure this team isn't constantly rotating your spawns and adding aggression, try to slow it down here right now if you're subsequent. Try to formulate some of those plans that you were talking about, because with all this practice and getting all the way to the Winners Bracket Finals, you know that they have it.
Yeah, and I don't expect this same sort of slaying expectation compared to last game. They're not going to probably get outslayed 3-1 like last game. I think it was, what, they had 13 kills total to Str8 Rippin's like 33.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lines.
I wasn't
and so,
tallying them up.
Whole point being, though, is in this, they can get more comfortable. You notice how many times Subsequent just charged out as fast as they could, try to force some action. That's just the pressure of objective games.
Right.
And it's so tough sometimes having that discipline of, all right, I need to slow down, give a few seconds, and wait for teammates to spawn, push with them. Or even more importantly, like when we did see Subsequent do pushes, it's a little odd that you push all 4 in the same spot. You know what I mean? Like some cases you want to spread out a little bit. Like it's all right to be on the same page and push towards the same direction or work towards the same goal. But end of the day, I would argue you probably don't want 4 people in yard. It's okay to have someone outside of yard, like laying down shots towards top gold or.
No. But the good thing is, Dave, is they lost 100-7, not 199. So according to your thought process, that was a moral victory for Subsequent.
That is a much better score for them.
I'll never get it. I'll never get it. We're gonna have to really throw up a Twitter poll and see what people would rather lose by, because I feel like everyone's kind of split.
It depends. It depends. But I would argue. Let's see. I would argue those are about the same, like 100-7. No, not about the same.
All right, guys. Slayer on the rig. Game number 2 here in the Legendary Cup number 2 winners bracket finals. It's Str8 Rippin taking on Subsequent. Str8 playing on the red side. They were the higher seed since they won Legendary Cup number 1. Subsequent, we didn't see them last week. New squad formed here, coming in and making some waves. Starting this one off with Denoxide.
Yeah, he is such a quick player. We're going to see what he does with his grenades. And those seem just kind of like random, like not fully random nades, but I didn't see the full purpose in those. Like I saw the second one clearly going to try to deny camo, but maybe that's all Denoxide was trying to do at the beginning of the match, was just buy a little bit of time, realizing that if he doesn't get a hit marker, his teammate should be able to get camo. If he does get a hit marker, his teammate has that slight advantage.
Well, what do you know, Dave? Another strong start here for Subsequent. They hop out to the early lead. It's 4-0 this time, but it's a little bit different now because they have weapon control. They have sniper rifle. They have scatter shot. Rob the Turtle did a great job pushing towards the barrels initially. He's going to find a kill on Denoxide. A very aggressive play coming in from Baby J over towards the carbine. It looks like other members from Str8 Rippin are pushing as well. And that's one of those instances when you're the sniper guy on the team, you got to have more help coming in that white hall over towards that nest bridge. That is not acceptable on the side of Subsequent. They were not on the same page covering their sniper guys back.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw Baby J with plenty of warning, a good 5 or 6 seconds of warning that the sniper had to spot on himself. He stayed alive over Beck's carbine side. You saw me over on this side, Tom. I had my hands out like this. I was like, what is going on? Where is his help? Because that's a frustrating situation, because it's not like his teammates were dying left and right, or he was the last one alive. It's like, it felt like they were barely set up, and he got 0 help.
You guys didn't see it, but Dave looked exactly like the John Travolta Pulp Fiction gif. He was wondering where the rest of Subsequent's teammates were. But, you know, that was a fairly aggressive push coming in from Str8 Rippin. I was expecting to see them slow it down. But at the same time, if you are in position when a team goes and makes that type of push, as Baby J finds a nice double kill, we're going to try to find his point of view. But you could punish people for their over-aggression as long as you're prepared for it, Dave. That's the key word, is you have to be prepared.
Yeah, and some teams maybe give a little too much credit. That was great moves, like you said, by Str8 Rippin. You don't always have to assume that the other team has the perfect setup, especially if you push immediately. A lot of times after, it's been a stalemate situation for a good 30 seconds or so, you have to give them 100% credit and say, all right, they're perfectly set up. They have all flanks watched. You're not just going to be able to like slip by and get some sneaky play unless you have something with camo or amazing like that. But you talked about before, Str8 Rippin's knowledge of the spawn system, and Baby J just showing that off right there with that spawn kill over on the carbine side.
Rob the Turtle trying to answer. And the no-scope land for Baby J. It does, ripping off the player top tower. 16-13 lead here for Str8 Rippin. Camouflage, it was on the map. Not sure if Bocce was able to escape with that one. You could see him jumping around the map, desperately trying to stay alive. Whether he has that power up or not, we'll find out very soon, as Baby J is hunting him down. That player is going to drop. Denoxide finding the kill for that. You do see the player outlines. One player over towards the bunker, another player rotating. Instead of going for the back whack, he's going to go for the no-scope right there, but that's going to be 2 dead. Eventually 3 dead. Str8 Rippin, they are very aggressive in collapsing on these spawns.
Yeah, collapsing left and right, but right here we go with Subsequent. It feels like they're actually a little bit more together here now that they don't have Sniper, though. That's the surprising part is, look at Baby J. He would have no chance right there trying to charge one of these players over near Snipe Hall or near Carbine because of them all playing together and being in the exact same spot. So I'm just, I hate to harp on past mistakes, but I feel like Subsequent, losing that early sniper was a big, big difference in the results we see right now.
Huge. You can go back and you look at that, and then at the same time, you look at Plaza Strongholds and say, where do we make our first major mistake? Because it becomes a domino effect after that. Things start to snowball out of control, especially when a team starts getting hot and heating up in a winner's bracket finals match where everybody wants to win this so badly, so much on the line here in terms of respect, getting that money, getting that position, going into Denver. Find out if Subsequent's going to be able to fight back. Now they're starting to get a little bit of momentum and a push. Commonly, and not sure if he got injured right there, but a nice no-scope coming in for Baby J. Almost able to take out 100JJX with the pistol, but 100JJX doing a great job coming in there, finding 2 kills, and then a third over towards Bunker, and now he finds a sniper rifle. Dave, we should try to find his point of view.
Yeah, I'll run on over to him. As he was fighting over in Bunker, I was just trying to check out what his teammates are doing. Rob the Turtle, seemingly always in great position. We talked about before when we saw in Plaza, where Rob the Turtle was just over toward top center, putting some pressure on Ness, and we saw there where he is over in that top tower, just holding down one of the most important positions when you have control of Bunker.
Big camo grab, little sneaky play, has to reload. Ace taking him down to no shields, but great job staying alive here. KLTN with the camouflage, trying to make his way over towards the barrels area. Bocce does have the scatter shot, and Rob the Turtle does have the sniper rifle. 3-shot beatdown landing immediately around the corner. Not what you're looking for the camo. I was just going to say, because these guys have the weapons, maybe if you're Bocce, you consider giving your camouflage player that scatter shot and see what he can do with it. It's very, very useful in his hands, but now almost everybody dying, and Rob the Turtle's the last guy alive with the sniper rifle on Subsequent. Fortunately, they do get that spawn and get set up. It's going to be a matter of, can they stop Str8 Rippin from pushing here?
Now, we're also in a really close game here, too. It's just a 2-point lead for Str8 Rippin. Yet, at the same time, since we have Sniper here in the hands of Rob the Turtle, that's a pretty good equalizer. So we're going to have to see if they can bring this one back. But I just can't keep help wondering what would happen at the beginning of the game if they had that Sniper help. But look at Bocce getting this flank over towards top engine, gets some shots, gets the double kill. We talked about before, these players are going to have amazing individual skill. It's just going to be how do they play together as a team, and how do they know how to play Rig Slayer well.
Denoxide, he's out of the scatter shot, so he's going to put that one on the respawn. Pretty solid push coming in from Str8 Rippin. They go in there and infiltrate the bunker side of the map and retake that one. Remember, Dave, the camo's pretty late. It was grabbed around that, I think, 35-second mark, so not sure if both teams are aware of that, but Subsequent was the team to go and pick that up, so they may have a small advantage coming in towards this mid to late game. Baby J, he's going to rip off Rob the Turtle's face. You have a big 1v1 happening over, ooh, nasty perfect coming in from KLTN, taking out Denoxide, and I'm curious to see if he's going to go and push this, because now that you get numbers, you can go and fly in, but if someone goes and spawns behind you, now you're kind of pinched, and that's exactly what happened, unfortunately, for KLTN.
Yeah, he did a lot of damage, but didn't seem to have the follow-up and maybe just a little too aggressive. But the only silver lining out of that is Rob the Turtle now has Sniper over here at the outside. So we're going to have to see if they can set up and actually protect their Sniper this time. I feel like last couple times we've seen a player with Sniper, they've been able to get members of Str8 Rippin right near that Sniper without any resistance.
Disgusting headshot right there onto Ace. Rob the Turtle, can he heat up here and go on a little bit of a spree to try to tie this one up for Subsequent? KLTN, he's going to find a double kill with the pistol, and this is where you got to get aggressive right now if you're Subsequent. This is what Str8 Rippin was doing, was going in there and filtering the spawns. Str8's been doing a great job of breaking the setups, and Subsequent hasn't been able to watch all of the corners and stop the aggression coming in. So if they continue to hold the setup and pick off kills, I'd be very surprised. I wanted to see them get aggressive after they picked up a couple of kills, clear out bunker, and then rotate back on over towards Carbine, but it seems to be working out for them, Dave.
Yeah, they're doing just fine. One thing that's really impressive is even though Rob Turtle has Sniper, we see so many kills coming out of Bocce and KLTN. Just so many coming out of those two, and it's like, in most cases, you'd expect a standoff situation to see kills just from the Sniper, but I'm not sure how they're able to get some great angles and get a 5-shot on a member of Str8 Rippin or somehow win that pistol fight.
So Str8 Rippin having to slow this one down. They've seen their lead get depleted now. It's tie game after Commonly hits that grenade. Let's see if Str8 Rippin decides to push after getting that opening kill. Rob the Turtle, he's been ripping off faces, so you got to watch out for that man sitting towards the back Carbine. Just giving Ace a fresh little haircut right there, but Ace gonna get the kill. Baby J gonna answer on 100JJX. KLT1, TL finds one in the kill feed. Bocce has to stay alive here. Every kill mattering so much in this 41-41 scenario. Dave, keep in mind, again, a late camouflage. Both teams saw that one get burned right around the 33-second mark. That's where all the action's going to explode.
Yeah, it's going to explode here in just a moment, because if one of these teams can get away with that, that could be the snowball. It's not so much as just getting that one kill with camo. It should be the subsequent kills, no pun intended, coming after that, because all these players that they have a team advantage. It's going to be a 4-on-3, and they just collapse in towards bunker or towards outside. So that's what's so important about that camo. It's not so much that you are undetected. It's more so that entry kill. It gives you that option for the entry kill.
Ace feeling very confident towards the end of the game, but he gets taken out. Baby J going to answer with that one. Everybody trying to trade kills here towards the end. Hunter JGX, he gets traded out with Baby J, 47-46 here. Not sure if anyone was able to find that camouflage, but it didn't seem like Str8 Rippin was in position for that. I feel like someone from Subsequent could have got that one. Guardian Angel here towards the end. That's a big kill coming in for Commonly. Bocce Hawk, he's going to drop, trying to finish the player that was on over towards the white corner. Sniper Rifle is on the map. Everybody on towards the outside right now for Str8 Rippin. 2 players on over towards the nest. Commonly find the Sniper Rifle kill, 49-46. One more kill for Str8 Rippin here. Subsequent, what are they going to do? They got to make a push, but Ace, he's going to find the final kill on Rob the Turtle, 50-46. Str8 Rippin taking game number 2.
Yeah, great job by Str8 Rippin closing that one out. We did see a completely different team, though, there from Subsequent when they're in a Slayer match compared to an objective game, and that's kind of been throughout the entire history of Halo. It feels like if a lower seeded team or maybe a less practiced team is going against another squad, they have a much better chance at winning a team Slayer compared to an objective game.
More assists coming in. This time it's from Denoxide, 9, 16, and 14. That's ridiculous when you look at everybody else sitting in single digits, laying down tons of shots. But like you said, a completely different team there in game number 2. Curious to see if it was a game type of thing, or again, we were talking about how Strongholds, tons of layers of strategy in that one. Meanwhile, you're going into a game like Rig Slayer where it's pretty common where you want to go and control the weapons, control your setup. Slayers in like Eden and Plaza, any type of weapon controlled base type of control. Game type, everyone seems to kind of share that common strategy, but a lot of times when an objective gets introduced, that could spread people thin and they start having differences in thought process on how they want to play it.
Yeah, it's just not being focused on the same things like you talked about before. It's them knowing, all right, I just need to get weapons, stay alive, or get kills, whereas when it comes to objective, it's like, oh man, are we pushing right now? Do I go back and defend? Do I go back for which stronghold? There's 3 options, and it's just so many other decisions that can basically separate and get your teams not on the same page.
Exactly. So now we move into game number 3, guys. Coliseum CTF. Keep in mind, this is a best of 5. When we do hit that grand finals, that's when it moves to a best of 7. Subsequent, they're on the brink of elimination. One more game, and that's going to put Str8 Rippin in that grand final situation where like they were the last time. Meanwhile, Subsequent, they are not out of it if they do lose this. They will fall down to the losers bracket finals, where they are going to be waiting, I believe, VT and I want to say Olympus. I was going to say Odyssey. Thank goodness I didn't. But Olympus versus VT. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with what's going on the other side of the bracket, let me walk you through these squads. It's going to be JR2, JamIM, Fung1, and Eccentric. On the side of VT, you're going to have Claim, Nated, Arctic, and Demon D. So 2 very solid squads coming in from the lower bracket. Subsequent, they got to tighten up here, try to get some sort of momentum going on, because sometimes when you fall in a series in the winners bracket finals, you have a very hungry team waiting in the losers bracket, just chomping at the bits.
Yeah, sometimes that's tough. We always talk about, all right, clearly you always want to be in winner bracket. However, when you do fall to losers bracket, it's like, all right, who has the advantage there? Like, is it the team that is on fire that just got to play a match previously versus the team that just lost one and is questioning their abilities and questioning their confidence? So that's always a question that is hard to answer. Sometimes you see teams bounce back instantly, and we've also seen some squads that get to something like winners bracket finals and then they just fall flat in like losers bracket finals and just get 3-0'd or 4-0'd.
It happens, and you got to stay, true to what got you here, because a lot of times it comes down to the strategies and the little things where you go and you say, look at that lead that we had. Again, coming out for Subsequent, they had control. Str8 Rippin, they retook it, and that was such a close game that if you can go and just make that a little longer of a beginning stretch, you're looking at a completely different series right now, 1-1 instead of 2-0.
Quick question for you, Tom. So when your team was faltering in any situations and you're trying to bounce back from a game, what were the small things that you try to focus on right before a game? For me, it was like small talk and staying alive.
Say, all right, guys, it's time to pull our heads out of our asses.
You just say that, and then it's just like, all right, guys, we're good now. There we go.
We're good.
Everything's fixed.
We're all fired up. Here it is. No, and I'm actually telling the truth here. Here goes Ace making his way on over towards the sniper rifle. Baby J, he's going to find the first strike. Bocciahawk, he's going to answer with a DMR kill. Curious to see what happened with the Rockets. It looks like that's the player right there, Denoxide with him. He's going to shoot one on to 100JJX. Commonly, he's going to answer with a kill down towards bottom center. Now, Rob the Turtle, he's seemed to find the sniper rifle a decent amount of time so far. Was ripping faces earlier in the rig. Now let's see what he does on Coliseum.
Yeah, we're going to see he's in a great spot over here towards Cave, but unfortunately not on the correct side of the map. Ideally, he would love to be putting pressure on Str8 Rippin, but that's a little tough to do when you have teammates falling left and right. So Rob right now just trying to see where he can create some distance between himself and members of Str8 Rippin, and eventually pushing over to the Str8 Rippin base.
Saw Commonly just for a second. Did Commonly spot him on over towards the elbow? It looks like he did. Great map movement right there for Commonly. A little bit of a slide to make his way on over towards the elbow. Meanwhile, it looks like Ace, he's been spotted out. Rob, very nice shots as we've seen in this series so far. That's going to be 2 kills going on over to Subsequent. Make that a 3rd kill as Bocciahawk. He's going to take out Denoxide. Commonly, he's the last player with the Rockets, and you can see that's why Commonly was moving around so carefully. He did not want to forfeit those over. It looks like he's trapped on over towards the top Rocket side. A Rocket flying in across the map. Actually, that's Baby J that was trapped on over there. Commonly, he's going to find a double kill. That's going to be 2 dead. A 4-on-2 situation. Make that a 4-on-1 situation. Will look like for sure Cap coming in for Subsequent. All of a sudden, could be a counter for Str8 Rippin.
Yeah, that flag is so fast across the map. Look at Hammy, a.k.a. Commonly, running that one back and putting it in for the 1-0 lead. We just saw such great play from Subsequent. They did everything right. They got 3 kills. They pulled the flag immediately. What went wrong for him, Tom?
Commonly.
Where did they mess up?
Commonly, he stayed alive. Last guy alive, Dave, has 1 rocket. He uses it, finds the double kill with the pistol, and then other people followed suit. Once you get that advantage, once you get that 4-on-2 advantage, and again, you're playing an objective game against a team that may not be as coordinated. Once that flag guy goes down, all hell kind of breaks loose and you don't know what to do. You start spreading yourself too thin, maybe start responding to calls that you shouldn't instead of focusing on the guy in front of you, and next thing you know, instead of being up 1-0 again, just like you could have been tied up in this series 1-1, it's advantage Str8 Rippin.
Yeah, one thing I also noticed, disorganization from not as high up teams like some of these squads that are competing through the amateur circuit, or even some of the lower pro teams, is sometimes they get tunnel vision when it comes to the flag back at their base. They just try to all go back to their base. There's a big difference between escorting your flag back and protecting it, and there's a big difference between everyone going back to your base and giving up all angles and all map presence. The times where you all go back and give up every angle and map presence are the times that you're likely to counter capped on, because even if you go back and get your first cap, you just gave up every single presence you have across the map.
Commonly with the triple kill. This guy is going off this game. You also have Ace with the sniper rifle rotating on over towards the cave. Everybody trapped on over towards the elbow. You do have a spawner on over towards the flag. Another player did get the overextension. A nice little flank right there coming in from KLTN. Can he stop it with the no-scope? No, the flag guy is going to put that one in. Rockets coming in on over towards the snipe side of the map. Commonly, last guy alive again, still somehow finding kills. What a game from him in game number 3.
Yeah, I can't wait to see his kill count at the end of this. He has been just on a tear. I'll actually run on over to Commonly and see what he's going to do with the sniper rifle, because he still has 10 bullets here. And just choosing every single angle he can. Like you said, he's just done such a good job, whether it's staying alive, getting the kills he can when his teams are around. But there he is, getting picked off by a perfect kill from KLTN, who's going to push on over towards the Str8 Rippin cave.
KLTN doing some damage over there at Denoxide. He's going to find a double kill, possibly a triple kill as he goes in with the ground pound. It doesn't land, but he does play. Ooh, an overkill. We got that one, Dave. You somehow.
I caught the end of it. I caught the end of it.
That's all that matters, Dave. That's all that matters. We're over here like fist bumping because we caught the end of an overkill. That's how sad things are over here right now. I mean, should we be celebrating that? I don't know.
I did, because just because in the past I've missed so many.
Yeah,
so one of those things, like,
guys.
I caught the last quarter of it. Come on, it's better than nothing.
It's true. It's true. But either way, still not able to put that final flag cap in after that flag did get returned. Great job overall, though, by Denoxide finding that first overkill of the stream, and it was kind of a fancy one. Ground pound, fine. If the ground pound landed cleanly, that would have been very impressive.
It was also still really impressive as to how he went for it. It's just like, all right, even though this person's get around the corner, I'm going to still lay that much damage on there and then just run around the corner in Denoxide fashion and finish off the kill.
Yeah, he definitely goes for the high risk, high reward plays. Meanwhile, another flag being ran right here as two members are going to drop temporarily for Subsequent. They are going to come off the respawn, and Bachihawk is in a good position over here with the DMR laying down some serious damage. Can he stop this flag though? Thought he had a frag grenade, but it's just a plasma. That's not going to land in time. Can that player hit the corner? No. KLTN going big, finding a double kill. Meanwhile, Ace doesn't realize that Bachihawk is gone and does the jump on over towards the window. There's going to be another player right next to him. I think that was an assassination coming in. Rob the Turtle, he has the rockets. Flag, I believe, did get returned throughout all of that. So great job coming in from KLTN and Rob here with these rockets, but still in this game, Subsequent, they gotta find something though.
But here's the difference maker too, is we saw a great push from Subsequent. They got 3 or so kills as they're pushing in, but they clearly weren't able to get any sort of counter pull or counter grab. So I'm not sure if that's more credit to Str8 Rippin for doing great defense and knowing when to give up that flag, or if Subsequent needs to know how to take a better advantage. And what a long range ground pound from Baby J on 100JJX.
Oh man, you guys ever see Austin Powers where he's about to get ran over and he's just standing there?
No! No!
Pretty sure that's how 100JJX just fell. This Baby J just completely flies in for the ground pound. Denoxide, nasty double kill, looking for the triple kill, and he finds it. This guy making a montage so far. Flag going to be touched here. It is going to be a flag standoff, as I believe Rob the Turtle does have the flag going out on towards the other end of the map, and it is. So Ace with the flag on one side. I believe KLTN just picked that up for the side of Subsequent. Commonly with the rockets and a kill advantage going on over to Str8 Rippin. 100JJX, he's weak right now. Bachihawk, he's going to drop as well. Now the spawner's coming up on over towards the elbow. They're going to have to go big right here because the pressure starting to accumulate over towards the Subsequent base. KLTN, another big kill coming in, and you got to say, he's been really clutching it up in the kill feed. A couple of times we haven't been on his point of view, but a couple clutch double kills on over towards the elbow and another one right there on the flag. Looks like they were in position to go and get that return.
And especially every single time we've seen them in the kill feed too, it's always been pistol kills from what I've seen. So that's good or bad depending on how you look at it. Good meaning that he does not need any sort of power weapons in order to make some good plays. However, bad in the sense that in many other cases, we've seen Str8 Rippin in control of the sniper or the rockets, as we've seen mainly through Commonly.
Commonly is going to find a kill on a Bachihawk, but you do have tons of pressure coming in from Subsequent. Baby J, he's going to clear out the elbow. Big kills coming in right there. Now Rob the Turtle, he's going to have to turtle back because there are multiple players starting to push him. Let's see what he decides he wants to do here. Ends up dropping down towards bottom center and going for the stick. Can he win the 1v1? No, Baby J gonna find that kill. Now the map getting reset here. Time gonna become a factor the longer this flag standoff lasts. But keep in mind, if you're Subsequent and you do get this flag standoff in your favor, you can turn this into a counter cap. However, Str8 Rippin, they are gonna find 2 kills right there. Rob the Turtle's gonna be the third one. 100JJX, can he throw the grenade? No, not enough players gonna be there for Subsequent to stop it in. Str8 Rippin, they're gonna take the series 3-0 as they took Coliseum with the same score.
Yeah, and just the story there is objective games in favor of Str8 Rippin heavily. We saw a 3-0 in Coliseum Flag, a 100-7 on Strongholds Plaza. So just clearly the better objective team.
And it looks like Denoxide with the overkill and the triple kill. He goes 20-12, Commonly with 17-9. Great performances coming in from these guys, but just a great overall team effort from Str8 Rippin. This is the winners bracket finals. They had a lot tougher time in the Legendary Cup #1. Kind of surprising to see them get pushed to the brink that time. This time around, seems like they've really tightened up and came in focused. A very strong statement here in the first match of the day.
Yeah, I think we're just going to see these teams get better and better as these Legendary Cups go on, especially from Legendary Cup 1 to Legendary Cup 2 because of the 2 or 3 week break we had in between them. Whereas these following couple weeks, I have a feeling, possibly like last time, we saw Oxygen Supremacy just kind of dominate from week to week to week. Is that going to be Str8 Rippin this round of Legendary Cups?
Could be. Let's take a look at some of those crazy clips that were happening. I'm curious to see if we're going to end up having that replay of the overkill. Started off with the sniper rifle in Baby J's hands. He gets that spawn snipe right there onto 100JJX. As we were talking about the spawn system too, and then there's the no-scope onto Rob the Turtle. So great individual performances coming all around from Baby J and the rest of the squad.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to highlight there too was when Baby J got that spawn kill over there on Rig Slayer, One thing you didn't notice in the kill feed that I just noticed the second time was commonly Flies had a fall off the map again. So you think he'd learned his lessons from Rig before. I think it was Rig Strongholds where it was that infamous fall off the map as it was the end of Clutch. I forget exactly which event it was, but it was a pivotal moment.
But you won't forget.
I will not forget the fact that he fell off.
Well, he likes to fly. I mean, it's in his gamer tag, so we'll see. Maybe he needs to get a little bit of parachute or something like that when he goes that ham. But